Welcome to another episode of The American Dream. Got a great show lined up for you where our goal is to educate, empower, and engage your American dream. You're going to see some cool interviews today. Also, integrating in some local market advice. Let's go ahead and get this show started right now. Every single day, you are consumed with information. With the 24/7 negative news cycle and a pop culture that's polluting the airwaves, all selling out for the ratings game. Well, guess what? There's a more positive way to look at life. You live in the greatest city in the greatest country on the planet. Every day with our elite network of professionals, our goal is to educate, empower, and engage. And now it's time to fight for your American dream. Now for the word on the American dream. Look, when you watch the national media or see some of the stuff online, I know that it can get very nauseating. There's a lot of phoniness, lacks authenticity. We try and go a different way on this show. In fact, today we're going to be focusing on role models, those who are much more interested in making an impact over an income. You're going to see on the show those who are uber successful, but they're using their strengths to make a dramatic societal shift. They're putting their time, energy, even money into charities and philanthropies. You're going to hear from some former athletes. They're just amazing human beings. Also, we're bringing on local experts out of the marketplace. We don't just bring on advertisers on this show and endorse anyone. We fly across the country to find who we consider to be the best in your local marketplace. So today, when you tune in the show, we hope you walk away from it with something of inspiration, not only from the people that you see, but what can you do? How can you be a role model? Whether it's for your family, your business, or your own charity. That's the spirit of the American dream in today's show. Let's start it right now. All right, on our show, The American Dream, we love to honor and highlight those who make a difference. Former NFLer Jack Brewer is now doing amazing things for those who are underprivileged, coming from Puerto Rico. Jack, good to have you on the show.
Great to be here. Thanks for having me.
What are you doing out in Puerto Rico?
We're just following up on some work that we started during the hurricane. We're following the hurricane, actually. Today marks 6 months since the devastating storm came through Puerto Rico and knocked out so much of the power and water supply and displaced so many people. And so, our foundation is committed for the long term being here. And now we're working in partnership with the Boys and Girls Clubs across this island to try to continue to help them out.
Well, a lot of people know you from your days in the NFL. Talk about the transition from being an athlete, a superstar athlete, and then moving into this world of philanthropy and charity, and you're also the CEO of an organization, the Brewer Group. Explain how that transition worked for you.
Well, anytime you're blessed with the ability to play sports at that level, first off, obviously in high school and then being able to go to college for free, that's every kid's dream, where I grew up anyway. And then to be able to play professional football, I always took it really as a stepping stone, trying to take advantage as I could of all the opportunities that really came from being able to have so much access. You could walk into a CEO's office or, you can call upon so many people for mentorship, and just doors are open wide for you when you play in the National Football League. So, for me, I always just try to take advantage of that.
Well, you certainly have. So you transition now. You have your company where you're the CEO of the Brewer Group. Tell everyone what you do there.
Well, we are a marketing media firm. We also make direct investments into companies. And so, we try to build a portfolio of really innovative companies, a lot of earlier stage emerging growth businesses that have various technologies that are making a positive impact on the world. I mean, that's one of our most important mandates is to find companies that share our mission. And that's, a global vision with a social focus, being able to really hone in on those opportunities to help better people while you make some money.
Have you always had the entrepreneurial spirit?
Definitely. I started my first business when I was in school. I've been running this particular company since I was 19. I've always been interested in entrepreneurship, trying to find various opportunities where you could, make an income, but also make an impact. And, I had 2 kids early. I had my first child at 19. And so my college football days were taking care of 2 young ones as well. And trying to make sure to be able to send enough money home to them. And so that makes you grow up fast and really, kind of push my entrepreneurial spirit even further.
Well, you just mentioned making an income and making an impact. Now you're making a big impact with the Jack Brewer Foundation. Share with us what you have going on there.
Well, with our foundation, we do work in a number of countries. We really, started really and got our foundation in Africa, in the southern region of Africa, where we still have a number of initiatives there. We sponsor over 30 orphanages, which include feeding programs. We're big into women's health as well. In Malawi, in particular, we funded and started the first ever women's cancer clinic there in that country. And so, there's just been, there's a lot of initiatives that we've been able to start in the southern region of Africa, and then now moving on to the Caribbean. We've also done some similar work in Haiti. In Haiti now we have orphanages that we support. We also work with Innovative Health International and have helped start, the first cervical cancer program there, similar to what we did in Malawi. And so, we've really, taken a lot of pride in, starting and establishing, those life-changing initiatives in those countries. And, we also do a lot of disaster relief. So, we've done disaster relief in the Caribbean and Haiti. We're in Puerto Rico now, and just try to help out wherever we can, whenever we see, there's real need and we can make an impact. We go out and try to touch as many athletes, influencers, entrepreneurs to come and join our cause.
Jack Brewer, you are an inspired man, from the NFL to business owner to now philanthropist. We appreciate you coming on the show. I hope our audience can connect with you. JBFW or jbfworldwide.org, the best website to connect with you?
Yes, it is. You can look us up, and we always welcome folks to join a trip with us. We take these cool trips with athletes and celebrities all around the world, and we go and try to do amazing things with our hands. We don't have any paid staff. Wow. And so the money that we take in, we try to put it right towards causes that we support, and helping the organization grow.
Well, it sounds like not only can someone support you by visiting online, they can actually even join in on the journey. Thank you so much, Jack, for coming on The American Dream. We appreciate all that you're doing.
No, thank you, man. It's great that you guys are highlighting this stuff. We need more shows just like this, and blessings to you.
Yep, trying to stay positive. Thank you, sir. And he makes a great point. The whole intent of this show is to go against the grain of that negative media. If you like what you hear, the positive nature of everything that we discuss on the show, we hope you can follow us online on social media. Links below here. Love to hear from you, engage in the conversation. Please do. More of The American Dream coming up next.
Join our fight against the negative media. Engage in the conversation online.
We can't enjoy the American dream if you don't have health and wellness. Joining us on the show, two of the best in the space. Andrew Wooters, the director of fitness with Dr. Christy Lamb, who is obviously a doctor, but you're also the CEO of Bold Health.
Yes.
You guys are kind of a team coming on the show. Yes. Thanks for being here.
Absolutely. Thanks for having us.
So let's talk about this online world. There's so many people that are presenting advice that maybe shouldn't be. There's a lot of noise, a lot of funniness, especially when you see life coaches and this health topic. You had mentioned to me, Christy, which I'm aware now, that you're physician-led with what you guys do with Bold Health. Explain what that means.
Yeah, so Chris Small and I are two physicians trained at UCSD and combined family medicine and psychiatry. And we started out doing general medicine, psychiatry, and realized that this world of the social media guru was out there, and that we had a lot of patients who were getting false information using Dr. Google to manage their health. And so we came together to create a wellness facility for medical health and mental health, as well as fitness and wellness, that's really driven by science, evidence. Evidence-based is kind of thrown out there a lot.
Sure.
But we actually run research through our clinic, and we're physicians who are board certified in family medicine and psychiatry, and really work to make sure that what we're doing is effective.
Yep.
And clinically backed.
A lot more depressed people, a lot more anxious people. Shootings are happening everywhere. People are solving things with pills.
Yep.
So when you talk about things like mental health, anxiety, depression, release, how do you feel like fitness plays into this?
I think it's a perfect hand-in-hand thing. Fitness is a realm that's not locked down to just lifting or running. It's kind of all of these things combined into one field, but it's a great way to have a healthy release. To release the right endorphins in your body, but also to physically get some emotions out. I mean, it's kind of hard to be angry after a very hard boxing session where you're tired and you're gasping for air, but you're very proud of the accomplishment that you just did.
I've always found, so I trained in Muay Thai, which is essentially kickboxing.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've always found that to be meditative in itself.
Definitely.
Just the ability to kind of be in the moment, working out. Everything else goes away, especially if you got punches being thrown at your nose.
Absolutely. So one thing with boxing that we do in particular is a lot of focused mitt work. And like you're saying, it's extremely hard to not only focus on my voice as a coach, what I'm calling, but your breath control, your body control, keeping your hands. I mean, there's so many different factors that you have to focus on in that exact moment. It's hard to kind of think about anything else but that exact moment in time.
I'm certainly no doctor like Dr. Christie here, but it doesn't, and this is just stuff, that I've read, thinking in the future is kind of what makes you anxious, thinking of things in the past, kind of the depression side of things. But being in the moment, you're okay.
Exactly.
And doesn't that put you in the moment when you're working out, exercising,
like
and
Andrew's saying, if you're focusing on his voice, breathing, your brain isn't thinking about, am I going to be able to pay my rent?
This stuff sounds so simple. It's a very complex world that we're in. I mean, we're consumed, we're waking up with this in our bed. I mean, it's just being projected on you even if you don't want it. But some of the solutions that you guys are discussing, punching some mitts, planks, meditation, going on walks. I mean, these are very simple things that you can take action on right now. I'm going to encourage our audience to take action and meet with you guys. BoldHealthInc.com. That's where you can learn about everything they have going on. Fascinating conversation. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks so much. We appreciate your time.
All right, awesome. More of The American Dream coming up next.
Hi, I'm Jem Morris, co-host of The American Dream. Don't forget, you can always watch more of our content online and follow us along on social media.
All right, welcome back to The American Dream. For those of you who don't know, I'm originally from Missouri, the Show Me State, and this gentleman that's joining us on the show right now is a Kansas City Chief Hall of Famer. He's a Pro Bowler. Many people know him all across the country who follow the NFL. Christian Okoye, who's now doing some big things in charity work. Christian, good to have you on the show.
All right, good to be here. Thank you for having me.
Love having you on, man. Been a big fan for many, many years, being from where I'm from. Of course, everybody knows you by now. Hall of Fame for the Kansas City Chiefs, Pro Bowler. Tell us a little bit about your career. You came from Nigeria as an Olympic athlete and then later pursued your career in the NFL. You weren't even a football player when it started.
Yeah, I originally came to Azusa Pacific, my college in Southern California, near Pasadena. I came as a track and field athlete, throwing the shot put, discus, and the javelin, and eventually the hammer throw. I was working to make the Olympics in '84. Worked extremely hard, looking forward to it. I was doing real well, made the mark and everything, and I was hoping to win a medal. And '84 came around and Nigeria didn't take me. So it was a huge disappointment. And it was then that I decided that I'm going to try football.
So explain that transition from track and field to the NFL.
It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. I hated football. I didn't even watch the game. The first time I came, my friend took me to one of the games, and I thought he was taking me to a soccer game. He told me, when he says, let's go watch a football game, I said, okay, and I was thinking soccer. I got there, and it was totally different. I told him, I asked him, what is this? What's going on here? He says, well, this is American football. And he says, just calm down and watch it and see if you like it. And the game started, and it was very boring for me. And I told him, I said, let's get out of here. And we left, and I never went to another football game until '84, when Nigeria didn't take me to the Olympics. So within that 2 years, friends have been trying to make me to play football. Because I didn't like the game, I never watched it before, never seen it, didn't know anything about it. Wow. I want to try it. The friends that I made actually welcomed me, and they took me in as a family. The Kansas City Chiefs organization, Lamar Hunt and his family, my teammates. That memory is just going to live there forever. I still talk to my teammates and I still go back over there every month, as a matter of fact, even when I don't live there. Playing the NFL is like being in a position in such a way that very few people get to be in the NFL and play in the NFL. And being there is one of those things that you cherish.
Well, you're staying very active now. You've transitioned from track and field to the NFL to now philanthropy. You have two charitable organizations, the California Sports Hall of Fame, as well as the Christian Okoye Foundation. Tell us a little bit about your charities.
Well, I started the Christian Okoye Foundation in 1990 because I was born very poor, never had professional athletes or company executives coming to my school, speaking to the kids. We never had that in Nigeria. So, and that's one of the things I learned going to Azusa Pacific. I started going to schools and speaking to young kids and carried that on to when I was in Kansas City too. So when I was in Kansas City, I decided I'm going to start a foundation doing just that. I invited my teammates, coaches, to speak to the kids and do some kind of a football clinic and work with the kids that way. So that's what we've been doing. We've been doing that up until last year, for about 28 years. Last year, I carried my foundation back to Nigeria and formed the youth sports organization out there. So we're doing that over there right now, working with kids and trying to motivate them to do better things as far as education and sports is concerned.
We love to support you. CaliforniaSportsHallOfFame.org is your charity. We hope that our audience can go connect with you, learn more, and maybe even donate to the cause. Thank you so much, Christian. Appreciate you being on the program.
Well, thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
All right, more of the American Dream coming up next. Well, as you know, the American Dream is a national program where we focus on business, the entrepreneurial spirit, overcoming adversity, finance, the market, all things that are relevant to empowering your American Dream. But a big topic of conversation on this show is housing. So what we do is we integrate local, top-producing, award-winning realtors to cover a wide range of topics on that subject, different micro markets, different niche subject matter. Housing is such a big topic, so we're going to bring you a lot of information right now from some of the best in your market. Let's check out these interviews.
Hi, this is Alise with Alise Roberts & Company, and this is my top 3 reasons why you should be using video marketing when you list your home. Reason number 1, video marketing engages the senses. They see it, they hear it, they feel it. We've got sight, sound, and emotion. Photography alone is limited to sight. Video marketing takes the emotional connection to a whole new level. If you stimulate more than one sensory, buyers are more likely to remember what they are seeing, and your home is going to stand out from the competition. Reason number 2, high-end video marketing influences buyers to feel that your home is special. Why does your home include professional high-end video while the home down the street does not? There must be something special about your home that makes it video worthy. It's the oldest trick in the book and it still works. Buyers want the home that everyone else wants, and videos make your home feel that much more desirable. Reason number 3, we live in a digital world. Life is moving at warp speed and people do not have time. Buyers want to see as much as they can with the least amount of effort. Video marketing shows buyers different perspectives they just can't see with photos alone. And they can do this all from the comfort of their own home, at their own time, which inevitably usually is in the evening, on their laptop, in their pajamas. This also means they're generally more relaxed and in a better frame of mind, which results in a positive experience viewing your home online. And now that they love it so much, they're willing to rush out and take a look at it before it's sold. And that's the secret. Videos entice buyers to want to see your home before they've even been there. This creates a rush of buyers interested in your home during the most precious marketing time you have, which is week 1. And if you get offers in week 1, you're more likely to get a higher price. And isn't that what marketing is all about? Top dollar. But not all video marketing is created equal. That's why you need to hire a top-notch agent who includes professional video marketing and understands the importance of it.
Well, we've got another great guest on the show in Seattle, Washington. We have the branch manager and managing broker with RE/MAX on the Lake, Robert Ott, and he has brought with him a very special friend, Jason Gray, who is the branch manager at New American Funding. Gentlemen, thank you both for joining us today on The American Dream.
Thank you, Sarah. Great to see you again.
Yeah, great to see you again, too. So I'm curious, what might be a good strategy to get your offer accepted in a multiple offer situation, which I imagine is probably pretty common right now?
Yeah, thanks for asking, Sarah. It's, the Seattle market, I think a lot of markets around the nation are really heating up right now. It's the spring market, and a lot of these sellers are getting 5 to 15 offers on their home. And buyers often come to me and say, Rob, I have an agent, but I've been writing 5, 6, 7 offers and none of them have been accepted. What am I supposed to do? And there's some very easy strategies that you can use to help get your offer accepted by a seller. Sellers always look for the least amount of risk and the most amount of reward, right? So it's not just about price, it's also about how do we make it easy for the seller to accept your offer.
Jason, I have a question for you. Do sellers care if the buyer has financing or pays cash? Does it really matter?
Yeah, absolutely. And Rob can probably attest to this. In the Seattle market, there are so many cash offers going right now. And one of Rob's biggest challenges is having to deal with how to compete against those offers. So, we try to educate the clients as well as we possibly can in regards to what's the difference between getting pre-qualified, pre-approved, or actually pre-underwritten. And our whole team definitely encourages everyone to get fully pre-underwritten, where it's actually reviewed with an underwriter, almost sort of like a cash offer, because the only thing you're waiting for is really the title report and the appraisal will be done. And then Rob's team does an excellent job in regards to introducing myself to the listing agent, and then through the email. And then typically what I do is I go ahead and email them back and reply all, usually within a few minutes of you guys sending out that offer. And then I pick up the phone, I call the listing agent and have a dialogue with them in regards to what these clients look like. And I've already got the pre-approval from the consumer in regards to what can or can I not talk to the listing agent about. And then I get really pretty deep and try to make the listing agent feel comfortable. And I think, Rob, I think you can agree. I think making that agent feel comfortable about that process is critically important for us to outbeat a cash offer. What do you think, Rob?
That's exactly right. All the time I'll have my client who's getting a financed offer beat a cash offer because, like I said, it's risk and reward. And sometimes a cash offer might have some other contingencies that we can remove.
That's right.
Right? And make us feel a little bit better. And if we can make the seller feel really good about the financing situation, then they're willing to say, yeah, let's do it. Let's go forward with this person. And
and me just opening up that dialogue with the listing agent is critically important. Like, hey, if you're sitting with your sellers this evening and you want to give me a call, here's my cell phone number. Feel free to give me a call. I mean, those type of conversations can loosen them up a little bit, just to sort of sway a little bit, just in case maybe you got an extra couple $1,000s onto that offer, or we make it easy for them and say we can close it in 14 days, for example. So.
Okay, great. Well, you both are definitely two really good experts to come and talk to you about both of those situations. And I love that you both work together, too. So you're kind of getting a nice package deal. Before I let you guys go, though, I didn't even know about this, but I guess for a while, everybody was writing love notes to the seller, hoping that the seller would read it and want to get that buyer. So does that work?
So, it's actually been happening for a few years now, where the buyer will include with their offer that this letter, sometimes on great letterhead, and maybe a family picture or something and it'll be in there like why the seller should take my offer instead of somebody else's offer. They'd put in there, hey, this is my family. It's me and Mickey and my dog and my cat and my 2 kids. We're great. You should take our offer. And that has worked in the past, but there's a lot better strategies to get an offer accepted these days. We've had to be really careful with these love letters, because sometimes the sellers will decide to take an offer based upon something that's illegal, such as a protected status like familial status, religion. And we got to make sure that we protect the buyers and we protect the seller. So it's not the best way. There's other great ways to be able to get an offer taken by the seller.
Communication.
Communication is
huge.
big.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
At the end of the day, the biggest thing that you can do is make sure the listing agent is on your side.
Yeah.
Because at the end, you may not have the best offer, it may not be the prettiest, but you want to get a call back from that seller that says, hey, you know what? We really like you. Let's try to work with you.
Absolutely.
Right?
I totally agree. Or let's say they accept another offer, but they remember that conversation they had with you, and they will call you typically right away back anyways.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah.
And I imagine anything that's going to not get you into any legal trouble as well. So super important to have your agent on your side. Well, Robert, thank you so much for coming onto the show once again, all your really great insight. And Jason, thank you so much as well. Really a pleasure to have you on the American Dream today.
Great, thank you.
Thanks, Sarah. Great to see you again.
You too. And you're watching the American Dream. Stick around. We'll be right back.
You just heard from award-winning realtors about your marketplace. It's one thing to find your dream home. It's another thing to finance it. I've traveled the country to find the best mortgage experts in every city. You're going to hear from yours in a Mortgage Minute right now. Let's check it out.
All right, we're here with our Mortgage Minute with Phil Rasmussen from Synergy One. Phil, thanks for being here with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. So in 2018, I know that there's a lot of changes going on in the mortgage industry. What are some of the most impactful changes that you've seen?
Well, most recently, there's been a huge evolution in the industry in terms of the customer experience with technology. For years, customers have been used to feeling like they have to go and collect every document they've ever received over the last 10 years of their life. But the digital mortgage process has really enhanced the customer experience, reducing how many papers that the customer has to collect and easing the friction that the process generally generates, including the ability for them to kind of get the loan process started at any time of day, online through their smartphone, and then being able to reach the very mortgage professionals that can help them identify the right product at various times. So it's getting a lot easier, a lot smoother, and I think the trend is going to continue to go that direction.
It's huge. We're saving trees and making it more streamlined. So thank you for talking with us about that today.
Absolutely. I think there's a lot more coming in the future, but I really appreciate being here.
Awesome. Thanks, Phil.
Thank you.
Hope you enjoyed today's show. Hey, don't forget, we'd love to hear from you. Please engage in the conversation. Find us online. Find us on social media. We'd love if you could help spread the word of this positive news. That's all for today's show. We'll see you next time. Hey, Craig Sewing here, your host of The American Dream. Thank you so much for tuning into the show. I want to invite you to engage in the conversation outside of the show. How do you do that? Visit us online and on social media. We have so much activity happening there, full interviews, resources, all kinds of cool stuff that you can engage with us and our conversation and help support the American Dream, where we're combating all that negative stuff you see in the media. But don't forget, I also want to be your #1 consumer advocate. So anything we can help you with, finance, real estate, mortgage, tax planning, estate planning, even credit scoring, we have the resources and the relationships that we can help you. Visit us online, engage in the conversation on social media, and don't forget, we want to empower your American Dream, so reach out if you ever need anything. Thank you so much for tuning into the show, and thank you so much for following us on social media and engaging in the conversation. Cheers to your American Dream.
The preceding program was sponsored by Ignite Now Media with promotional consideration by Synergy One Lending.